Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, we're diving into a story filled with emotion, love, and quiet strength, where Tuna, a single mother, finally decides to face the biggest fear of her life, meeting Alex's mother. But behind that choice lies something much deeper, a secret pair of eyes watching from the shadows. If you enjoy this kind of heartfelt and dramatic story, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. The morning sun trickles softly through the thatched roof, painting warm streaks of gold across the small room. Tuna gently tucks baby Henry into his cradle, her fingers tender and slow, as if afraid to disturb the peace of dawn. The smell of boiled potatoes lingers in the air, earthy and simple, just like her life. But behind her calm face, her heart feels heavy. The phone rings, slicing through the quiet. Alex's voice, steady and full of warmth, fills the space. "Tuna, I want you to meet my mother," he says, his tone carrying both hope and a touch of nervousness. "I want you to be part of my life." Tuna pauses, her lips forming a small, uncertain smile. She glances at Henry, sleeping soundly, then at the window where sunlight filters through. Her chest tightens. The image of Alex's mother, dignified, serious, and likely disapproving, flashes in her mind. "I'm not ready yet," she murmurs, her voice barely above a whisper. On the other end, there's silence for a second. Then Alex's voice comes again, soft but tinged with sadness. "I understand, but I'll wait for you." When the call ends, the room feels even quieter. Tuna looks out at the golden fields beyond her small house. The world seems peaceful, but inside her, a storm brews. She loves Alex, deeply, but she fears the judgment that could follow. Between motherhood, poverty, and her past, she worries she'll never fit into his world. Across the fields, beneath the vast canopy of grapefruit trees, Alex stands tall, surveying the orchard he's built with his own hands. Sunlight glints off the ripe grapefruits, their skin glowing amber under the morning rays. It's a sight that fills him with pride. With a quick swipe of his phone, he dials Tuna again. "Tuna!" The deal with Adam is done, finally signed. His excitement bursts through the line. "It's a big one. Come to the orchard with me? I want to show you everything." Tuna hesitates, tying up the last of her potato baskets. The memory of their earlier call lingers, his invitation to meet his mother still echoing in her chest. But Alex's voice, so full of joy, melts her resistance. "All right," she says softly, her tone light and warm, like a leaf drifting down in autumn air. When she arrives, the orchard greets her with the sweet scent of citrus. Rows of trees stretch endlessly, their branches heavy with fruit. Alex meets her halfway, his white shirt lightly dusted with soil, his face glowing with both pride and affection. "Look," he says, pointing to a section where workers are carefully trimming branches. Adam's thrilled. 10,000 units ready for shipment next week. His words are brisk, professional, but the way his eyes linger on her tells another story. Tuna follows him quietly, her sandals sinking slightly into the soft soil. The laughter of workers ripples around them, the rhythmic snip of pruning knives blending into the hum of the day. She looks at Alex, this man who, despite being a CEO, still moves among the workers like one of them. Strong, capable, yet gentle whenever his gaze lands on her. "You've done so well," she says, her voice soft but full of pride. Alex turns, taking her hand. I couldn't have done any of it without you. He leads her beneath the shade of the largest grapefruit tree, where the light flickers between the leaves. All of this, he whispers. I want to build it with you. Tuna's cheeks flush a delicate pink. Her heart races, though she tries to hide it behind a shy smile. She doesn't answer, but her silence speaks louder than words. Standing there, surrounded by sunlight and the scent of fruit, she lets herself believe in his dream, if only for a moment. The hours slip by, the sun rising high. Tuna leans against a tree, her heart balanced between fear and hope. Alex's hand never leaves hers, as if by holding on, he can keep her from slipping away. Further down the orchard, the atmosphere subtly shifts. A woman in a worker's shirt stands by a foam crate. Mai. Her eyes, sharp and observant, follow Alex and Tuna from a distance. She picks up a grapefruit, pretending to inspect it, but her knuckles whiten around it. The envy in her gaze is hard to miss. Mai, can you help pack the next crate? A worker calls. She nods, forcing a smile, but her attention doesn't leave Alex. Each time she hears his laughter, especially when it's directed at Tuna, something inside her tightens. Meanwhile, Alex guides Tuna deeper into the orchard. When this season ends, he says softly, I want you to move here. You'll be the mistress of this place. It's not just my dream, it's ours. Tuna chuckles lightly, trying to disguise her nervousness. Mistress of the orchard? You sound too serious. I've never been more serious, he replies, squeezing her hand. His eyes gleam with conviction. She wants to believe him. Part of her already does. But another part, smaller, quieter, whispers doubt. What will his mother think? What will people say about a CEO loving a single mother from the countryside? Not far away, Mai watches. Her expression darkens, the shadow of something unreadable crossing her face. She doesn't speak, doesn't act, but the quiet tension around her feels heavy, almost visible. The laughter of the workers seems to fade near her, as if the orchard itself senses her unease. Tuna remains blissfully unaware. She plucks a grapefruit leaf, holding it close to her nose. The scent, fresh, sharp, alive, grounds her, momentarily chasing away her thoughts. Alex leans closer, whispering something that makes her laugh softly. For that instant, everything feels simple again. Just sunlight, love, and the promise of a future together. But behind them, Mai's gaze lingers, cold, calculating, quietly dangerous. By midday, the orchard buzzes with movement. Workers pack crates, the dull thud of fruit meeting foam filling the air. Alex stands beside Adam, discussing the final shipment. Perfect size, perfect color, Adam says, inspecting a fruit closely. 10,000 crates. I'm impressed. Alex smiles, shaking Adam's hand. It's a good season. Let's make sure the next one's even better. They speak briefly about future plans, importing cassava starch for the upcoming Tet holiday, expanding distribution channels. But Alex's thoughts drift. He glances toward the section where Tuna had stood earlier, sunlight glinting off her hair. The thought of her makes him smile unconsciously. When Adam leaves, Alex exhales in relief. Success feels good, but it doesn't mean much without her. Then, from the corner of his eye, he spots Mai again. She's standing near the packing crates, clipboard in hand, checking inventory. Her expression is unreadable, but her eyes, sharp and steady, seem to follow him. Lan, his head secretary, approaches Mai. Please double-check the branches in the east field, she instructs. My nods politely, but her gaze flickers once more toward Alex before she turns away. Alex feels a faint unease. Mai has always been efficient, loyal even. But lately, something about her feels different. He shakes it off. He's got no time for doubts. Not today. The orchard hums, vibrant and alive. Grapefruit leaves shimmer under the sun. For a moment, Alex closes his eyes, breathing in the scent of earth and fruit. His thoughts settle only on Tuna and baby Henry, the life he wants to build, the family he's determined to protect. Even as shadows shift quietly among the trees, he clings to that hope. Because for Alex, love isn't just a promise, it's a fight worth everything. The evening settles softly over the village, wrapping everything in a calm, golden glow. Tuna returns from the market, her basket nearly empty, her steps slow but steady. When she enters Mrs. Tang's modest home, the gentle crackle of firewood greets her. Little Henry sits on a mat, giggling as the older woman dangles a wooden toy before him. Mrs. Tang looks up and smiles. "You're back. He's been good all day, barely a fuss." Tuna crouches down, lifting Henry into her arms. His tiny fingers clutch her shirt, his laughter easing the fatigue that clings to her. The world outside might be full of worry, but here, in this moment, she feels a fragile peace. When Mrs. Tang sits back to weave her bamboo basket, Tuna hesitates before speaking. Her voice is soft but uncertain. "Mrs. Tang, Alex asked me to meet his mother." The old woman doesn't look surprised. Her hands keep moving, weaving the thin bamboo strips with care. "And what did you tell him?" Tuna bites her lip, her gaze falling to the floor. "I told him I wasn't ready. I'm scared, honestly. His world is different. I don't know if I belong there." Mrs. Tang sets the basket aside and looks at her gently. "Child, you can't measure love by wealth or family. That man loves you. It's written all over his face every time he looks at you." Tuna sighs, rocking Henry lightly. "Love is easy to say, but the world isn't so kind. People talk. His mother, she'll see me as nothing more than a woman with a child, and no name." Mrs. Tang shakes her head. "Don't let fear build walls where love could grow. You've worked hard, raised your son with dignity. If that isn't worth respect, then nothing is." The words hang in the air, quiet but powerful. Tuna doesn't answer right away. She glances at Henry, now half asleep in her arms, his small breaths warm against her skin. Maybe Mrs. Tang is right. Maybe she's stronger than she believes. After a moment, she stands, adjusting Henry's blanket. "I should go. It's getting late." "Take care, dear," Mrs. Tang says with a kind smile. "And don't let fear decide for you." The path home glows faintly under the fading light. Fireflies flicker between the trees as Tuna walks, her footsteps soft against the dirt road. Henry rests peacefully against her shoulder, his quiet breathing a comfort. When she reaches her small farmhouse, the night air is cool, carrying the scent of damp soil and young plants. Inside, she lights a small lamp, its glow spilling across the wooden walls. She lays Henry down, covers him with a thin blanket, and sits beside him, staring at the flame. The tiny light dances, fragile but unwavering. She thinks of Alex, his laughter in the orchard, the warmth of his hand, his words that linger. "I'll wait for you." Her heart tightens. Fear is still there, but beneath it, a quiet longing grows stronger. The next afternoon, sunlight filters through the window, bright and warm. Tuna rises early, tying her hair back and tidying the yard. The sound of approaching footsteps makes her turn. When she sees Alex walking up the path, her heart skips a beat. He's dressed simply today, his sleeves rolled up, a faint trace of dust on his shoes. "You're working hard," he says, smiling. "I have to," she replies lightly. "The crops don't care if I'm tired." Alex chuckles, stepping closer. "I wanted to see you, and to talk." Tuna sets down her basket, brushing her hands clean. "About your mother?" "Yes," he admits, his tone softening, "but also about us." The breeze rustles through the banana leaves nearby. Tuna stands still, unsure of what to say. Her fingers tighten around the edge of her apron. Alex takes a step closer. "I don't want to hide what we have anymore. You, Henry, this life, it means more to me than anything else. I know my mother can be harsh, but I'll handle her. I just need to know if you'll stand with me." Tuna lowers her gaze. "I'm scared, Alex, not of your mother, but of what comes after. If she rejects me, what then?" "Then we'll still have each other," he says firmly. "That's enough for me." For a long moment, neither of them speaks. The air hums softly with the sound of cicadas. Then Tuna meets his eyes, the uncertainty in her fading. "I don't want to run anymore," she says quietly. "I'll meet her." Alex's expression softens, relief washing over him. He reaches out, taking her hand. "Thank you," he whispers. "You won't regret it." She smiles faintly. "I hope not." They stand together in the afternoon light, the fields around them glowing gold. Alex squeezes her hand gently, and for a moment, it feels like the world has stilled just for them. Then, from a distance, a quiet rustle breaks the silence. Mai, dressed in a plain work shirt, stands by the fence. She's been there for a while, watching unseen. Her gaze lingers on the joined hands, her expression unreadable. When Alex turns slightly, she steps back into the shade of the trees, her jaw tightening. Tuna doesn't notice. She's still focused on Alex, her heart steady for the first time in weeks. "When do you want me to meet her?" she asks softly. "Soon," he answers, "but not today. Today, I just want you to rest. You've done enough worrying." She nods, a faint smile tugging at her lips. "All right." They walk around the small farm together, Alex observing the rows of vegetables and the neat pen where the hens scratch at the dirt. "You've built this with your own hands," he says with admiration. "It's humble, but it feels alive." Tuna chuckles. "It's not much, but it's home." Alex turns to her. "Then it's perfect." The afternoon slowly fades into evening. They sit on the porch, sharing tea, talking about work, about Henry, about the future. There's a peace between them, a fragile but beautiful balance. When Alex finally stands to leave, the sky is streaked with orange. He looks at her one last time before walking down the path. "I'll come tomorrow," he says. "We'll start planning the visit." Tuna watches him go, her chest warm yet heavy. The moment he disappears beyond the trees, she turns back to the house. Henry stirs in his cradle, and she hums softly to soothe him. Later that night, when everything is quiet, she steps outside. The moonlight spills over her small yard, silvering the rows of vegetables. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls. She closes her eyes, feeling the night air against her skin. She's made her choice. Whatever comes, she'll face it. For Alex, for Henry, for herself. But not far away, in the shadows beyond the field, Mai stands watching. Her face is calm, but her eyes glint with something sharp, jealousy, perhaps, or anger too deep to name. She turns away without a word, disappearing down the dirt path. Back inside, Tuna lays beside Henry. The lamp flickers softly, casting shifting shadows across the room. Fear hasn't vanished, but hope now burns brighter. For the first time in a long while, she feels ready to move forward. Because love, once chosen, must be protected, no matter the storms waiting on the horizon. Tuna, a humble single mother, lives a quiet life caring for her baby, Henry. Her peaceful routine changes when Alex, a successful CEO deeply in love with her, asks her to meet his mother, a step that could redefine their future. Torn between fear of rejection and the desire to protect her small family, Tuna struggles to find the courage to face his world. Encouraged by Mrs. Tang's wisdom, she finally agrees to meet Alex's mother, proving that love can overcome fear. Yet, hidden in the shadows, Mai, a woman harboring silent envy, watches their every move, hinting that new storms may soon rise. The story unfolds gently but powerfully, revealing love's strength in the face of doubt and the courage it takes to defend one's heart.